At 4:30 a.m., while the world sleeps, the Emperor of Rome sits in darkness, preparing his mind for war. Not against barbarian armies, but against his own weakness, his own impulses, his own potential for failure. Marcus Aurelius understood something that modern productivity gurus are only now rediscovering. The battle for your entire day is won or lost in the first hour after you wake up. Today, we're going to explore 5 Stoic principles that will revolutionize your morning routine and forge the kind of unshakable discipline that separates the extraordinary from the ordinary. These aren't feel-good platitudes or trendy life hacks. These are battle-tested strategies used by philosophers who faced plagues, political upheaval, and personal tragedy while maintaining their inner strength. The first principle is what the Stoics called morning reflection or negative visualization. Before Marcus Aurelius faced the Roman Senate, before Seneca managed his vast business empire, before Epictetus taught his students, they spent time mentally rehearsing the challenges ahead. Modern neuroscience now proves what these ancient minds knew intuitively. When you visualize obstacles before they occur, your brain creates neural pathways that make you more resilient when those challenges actually arise. Here's how to implement this. Spend 5 minutes each morning imagining 3 potential difficulties you might face that day. Not to create anxiety, but to mentally armor yourself. If you have an important presentation, visualize technical difficulties, difficult questions, or hostile audiences. If you're starting a new project, imagine setbacks, criticism, or resource constraints. The Stoics believed that by mentally experiencing these challenges first, you rob them of their power to derail you when they actually occur. This practice transforms you from someone who reacts emotionally to obstacles into someone who responds strategically to expected variables. The second principle is the discipline of desire, which the Stoics practiced through gratitude meditation. Epictetus, who spent years as a slave before becoming one of history's most influential philosophers, taught that freedom comes not from getting what you want, but from wanting what you have. Every morning, identify 3 specific things you're grateful for, but here's the crucial Stoic twist: focus on things you normally take for granted. Your ability to see, to breathe without effort, to access clean water, to live without the constant threat of violence. The Stoics understood that appreciation is not a feeling but a practice. By consciously recognizing abundance in what appears ordinary, you develop what they call the view from above, the ability to see your life from a broader perspective that puts daily frustrations in their proper context. This isn't positive thinking, it's realistic thinking. You're training your mind to see what is actually there rather than what is missing. The third principle involves what Marcus Aurelius called examining your thoughts like a physician examines symptoms. Modern science calls this metacognition, thinking about thinking. The Stoics practiced this through morning intention setting, but not the vague, wishful kind promoted by self-help books. They set specific intentions about their character, their responses, and their focus. Instead of saying "I want to have a good day," a Stoic morning intention might be, "When I encounter criticism today, I will listen for any truth it contains rather than defending my ego." Or when I feel overwhelmed by my task list, I will focus on the next single action rather than the entire project. The power of this practice lies in its precision. You're not trying to control outcomes, which the Stoics knew was impossible. You're setting intentions about your responses, which are completely within your control. This subtle shift from outcome focus to process focus eliminates the anxiety that comes from trying to control the uncontrollable while dramatically increasing your actual influence over your daily experience. The fourth principle is physical preparation for mental challenges. Seneca regularly practiced voluntary discomfort, sleeping on hard surfaces, eating simple food, wearing less comfortable clothing, not as punishment but as training. He understood that physical resilience builds mental resilience. Modern research confirms that physical challenges literally rewire your brain for greater stress tolerance. Your morning routine should include some form of deliberately chosen difficulty. This might be cold shower therapy, which activates the same neural pathways used for emotional regulation. It might be exercise that pushes you slightly beyond your comfort zone. It might be maintaining perfect posture for 10 minutes while reading or meditating, training your body and mind to maintain standards even when it would be easier to relax them. The key is choosing the discomfort rather than having discomfort imposed upon you. This distinction transforms you from victim to warrior in your relationship with difficulty. The fifth and most powerful principle is what the Stoics called evening and morning examination, but with a specific focus on lessons learned rather than self-criticism. Spend the final few minutes of your morning routine writing 1 or 2 sentences about what you learned from yesterday's challenges and how you'll apply that learning today. This practice creates what psychologists call a growth mindset, but the Stoics went deeper than modern psychology. They understood that every obstacle contains information about how to become stronger, wiser, or more virtuous. When you consistently mine your difficulties for wisdom, you begin to see challenges not as interruptions to your progress but as the raw material of your development. A difficult conversation becomes data about communication skills. A professional setback becomes information about resilience and adaptation. A personal disappointment becomes insight into attachment and expectation. This perspective doesn't eliminate the pain of difficulties, but it ensures that no pain is wasted. The ancient Stoics faced plagues, wars, exile, and death with remarkable equanimity, not because they felt no pain, but because they had trained themselves to extract value from every experience. These 5 practices, obstacle visualization, gratitude for the ordinary, precise intention setting, voluntary challenge, and wisdom extraction, require no special equipment, no expensive courses, no perfect circumstances. They require only the decision to treat your mind like a muscle that grows stronger through consistent, progressive training. The Stoics understood something that our convenience-obsessed culture has forgotten. Strength is not the absence of difficulty, but the practice of responding to difficulty with virtue. Your morning routine is not about productivity tricks or energy optimization. It's about becoming the kind of person who can handle whatever the day brings with wisdom, courage, and perspective. Take a moment now to consider which of these 5 practices resonates most strongly with your current challenges. What would change in your life if you spent just 15 minutes each morning building mental and emotional strength rather than immediately checking messages or rushing into activity? The ancient Stoics believed that philosophy is not academic study but daily practice. The quality of your life will be determined not by what happens to you, but by how prepared you are to handle what happens to you. If this exploration of ancient wisdom for modern challenges added value to your morning, subscribe for more practical philosophy and give this video a like to help others discover these timeless tools for building unshakable discipline.